Hallo und willkommen im Rattenkrieg VI. You are here in the south with Omi. He is playing as the Wehrmacht and he has a dirty tactic for you. We're going to be watching his play as Axis on the south of Lost Glider. He's up against Oziligath in the on the north side as the United States. And let's be checking his tactics to see what he does and to see how he finishes this game in as dirty and quick a way as possible. Assault Grenadiers. Interesting. Okay. So he's going to assault with the Grenadiers. The Asgrens. Assault. Dat. Ass. Love the fact that one of the guys has like a Panzer Grenadier style uniform on at the back. Pretty cool. Interesting. Let's see where he goes with those bad boys then. Of course, the great thing about Lost Glider is all of the large walls, which of course can be used to flank and surprise your enemy. And at this point, of course, Oziligath has not seen the Assault Grenadiers quite yet. MG42 in tote as well. So he's just going like a crazy spearhead, completely ignoring any high fuel points or large resource gains. Like the MG's setting up in a nice position there, taking the second rifleman built by surprise. He's taken refuge in the house. The Assault Grenadiers have now been seen by Oziligath. Looks like he's going to keep on capping with the rear echelons whilst being cut off. Meanwhile, you've got the first built rifleman that's going to make it to the house. Good reactions by Omi to reposition. He loses a soldier and is pushed away. So, interesting. Second Assault Grenadiers now making its way onto the battlefield. The first one has been able to take the cutoff 2 minutes into the game. So far, yeah, fair enough. A bit of mechanized assault doctrine. Not particularly dirty, but I'm sure it'll be how he plays it. We know Omi is a long-standing member of the community. And we know he's a friend of Ed, so he's got to be great, right? Nice sprint there. Little-known tactic that AE suggested sprint for Assault Grenadiers in a beta once. That's my claim to fame in this game. One of. Loses 2 Soldaten on the squad. Got the Pathfinders struggling for position. Riflemen jockeying away. Want to get away from those MP40s. Don't want to lose any soldiers in the squad. But they do. A negative cover kicks in. Look at the aggression there. 8 MP40s blazing. Further health damage being done. However, one of these Assault Grenadiers gets quite low there. No doubt going to be pushed away. Oh! Almost loses the squad. That could have been bad. So, all this while, this fuel point has been disconnected. Rear echelons have gone on a merry capping journey. But, the MG42 is back in position. The 2 Assault Grenadiers have been great at just pushing Oziligath out of position and back into base. And now he's got this house to contend against. And, oh my god, a lot of MP40s as well, with their close quarter combat expertise. Just punishing him. And then he got negative cover, I think, not exactly near the base exit, so it kind of kicks in here if you notice. So they keep the negative cover away from base exit, so he doesn't have to struggle that. But he does here. He can't approach the house from that direction, that's for certain. Instead he goes for this angle, which is wise, because, there's these territories here he could be connecting. But keep in mind, by the way, that Omi has not connected any fuel points of his own. He's just going for a brutal kind of cut-off tactic, and I love this kind of play. Reminds me of Company Heroes 1's heyday. Company Heroes 2's not seen quite as much of this, possibly. But certainly does on maps like Road to Kharkov, for example. I mean, that's all about this, but nice to see it on a different map like Lost Glider. Crazy, brutal cut-off tactic with the Assault Grenadiers. Look at that spray! MG42 amassing kills. 2 of them! Keeping him on lockdown. Pioneers have to be a little bit careful. Rifleman pushing in. He's just cutting off the flanking. Lieutenant gets caught up. Second MG42. And look at this. He's taking advantage of the negative cover with the MP40s. Protecting the flank of both riflemen. What Oziligath has to do now is think of a crazy long-distance flank. Instead, he's going for his own 50 cal. Interesting. What a brutal assault. Just overlapping MG42s. He's, of course, going to stop anything coming out from this angle. He's already gotten veterancy. So he can even put some incendiary rounds in should he need them. Pioneers gonna go cap with that. That's interesting. Dangerous tactics. The rear echelons. He doesn't know where they are. Well, fortunately for him, they're on the west side. We do have a 50 cal out now. He's going to try and push from this western angle. Look at this, though! He's built a bunker behind the house. That's crazy stuff. Absolutely love it. But is he going to go for the headquarters or the command post or the medic station? Command post. Wow, he's making this into like a forward headquarters, taking advantage of the early game supremacy of the MG42 and the only window of opportunity the Assault Grenadiers have, aka the first 10 minutes of the game. And now he's going to reinforce them on the field. You can see, of course, the rear echelons are going for the western flank now. I think this takes advantage of how Lost Glider is built, you know. It's got this territory, which is the cutoff, which is a little bit further away. Pioneer's going to go up against Pathfinders there. Meanwhile, this third built Askren is going to go for the point there. Just look at this. He's got like a Citadel of Suppression. The only way you can get into it is from this angle, which the 50 cal is trying to do. But I mean, what are you going to do against these Assault Grenadiers? They're going to keep reinforcing. Rear echelons couldn't get the decap on the fuel. And now Omi's getting fuel coming in. Oh, Rifleman going down. Aziligath did not see it. Fortunately for him, the MP40's profile does go off. It's fortunate for him that he didn't come under duress from the MG42. Meanwhile, the Pathfinders are struggling to defeat the Pioneers. A little bit of lethargic play from Omi there because he's just basking in the beauty that is his Citadel of Suppression. Look at that. That's just frustrating for Aziligath. Two-man Assault Grenadier capping the fuel now. Just starting to envelop any hope Aziligath once had. He's going for a mortar. A little bit late than never. I mean, we all know how slow mortars are to destroy bunkers. You pretty much want an AT gun. But, of course, you're not going to be able to get the angle on it here. And, quite frankly, I don't think Aziligath's had the fuel he needs. But it, of course, will help, and certainly. But the best hope he has is really pushing in from the western angle and going for this fuel, I think. Try and get something like the M20 out, but has the M20's time been and gone in terms of its shock value as a unit? But the Pathfinders were finally pushed away. Panzer Grenadiers now coming out in their chariots, the 250 half track. Oh, that's going to mop up any resistance, probably. There's no counter to that right now. I mean, of course, we do have veterancy on this rifleman and this one over here, but did he lose a rifleman at some point? Did we manage to miss that somehow? No, he's just gone for the 2. Look at him reinforcing on the battlefield. He's sprinting in with the Assault Grenadiers now forcing them away. And here comes that Chariot of Hatred. It is the 250. Let's get on board. With those Sturmgewehrs stürming into action. Mopping up. He does get anti-tank rifle grenaded. And the Pioneers are in base, so he will be unable to sturm for a while. He'll have to withhold any further sturming activity. Look at that. He's got all 3 victory points right now. There is this fuel, but it is disconnected. And look at Omi's fuel count. He'll be teching up soon. He hasn't bothered yet, though. He hasn't bothered even going to Battle Phase 1, because of course he can call in the Stug E. Oh, Alf E, rather. Call it that in the community. Little Stuggy. Little Stug that could. And look at that. Just reinforces immediately for 22 manpower. Honey Badger don't care. I just really feel for Aziligath now. He's so stuck. He is absolutely stuck in the muck. And there's nothing he can do. And of course, we know that Omi must win this game. I mean, it is Rattenkrieg. It's all about showcasing the brutality that is. But big thanks to Omi for showing us this strategy. It seems like there may be a little bit more resistance to go. We'll just kind of watch it in a chilled out way. But this is the replay. Askrens carry the world. Rattenkrieg submission. As Illigath said, GG man, you surprised me really hard. Oh, you too, my friend. So, well, I love to see this in the community. Friendly, man against man, destruction. And sometimes you can bask in man's inhumanity to man, you know. It doesn't have to be all dark and hateful. Sometimes it can be, yeah, you absolutely analysed me, thank you. And here comes the ambulance. Quote from an early Simpsons episode there. As the 50 cal is mercilessly destroyed. But the M20 is out, as I say, shock value. Heavily mitigated. To drive away. He's got the Shreks waiting. It's a bait. It's an absolute bait. This is going to be beautiful. Is he going to jump inside the house and show that you can fire Panzer Shreks from inside a house? Nope. He's just going to jump into the chariot. Oh, a double salvo there. Could we get incendiary rounds to finish the job, or will the normal bullets do? Looks like the Panzer Shreks are coming for him. There you go. And of course drops the bazooka. That's got to be game right there. Beautiful stuff. Absolutely wonderful. Mortar's doing something? Here comes the Stug. It's great. You really have to take advantage of this commander. You have to be aggressive to make it work. And it should be noted, of course, that these guys are good players. That, you know, they're top 100, each of them. But this is something you could transition into any standard of play, just to check on their ranks. Yep, top 200 both players. Got ranks creeping up into the top 100 at least. Rear echelon. That's the first squad wipe of the game, isn't it? Put up some good resistance, that's for certain. And there you go, play back over. So, GG, well played. And guys, love casting stuff like this. It's always good to cast a nice, easy thing that just brings you something new and fresh. So cheers, hope you have a lovely week. And thanks to Omi for submitting, and Oziligath for being a good sport.